Welcome to Company Showcase, an advertising feature on HowStreet.com.
I'm your host, Jim Goddard. We're speaking with Larry Reaugh, CEO and President of American Manganese. Larry, what kind of an update do you have for the company this time around?
Well, we put a release out, Jim, that has updated the what's happening with the project. We've completed the first part. We are already started on the second. These are bigger phases. And and everything that we've gotten to date has been, just super good for the company and the shareholders. You wouldn't know it by looking at the market today. We actually lost a penny and a half, and here we have a good release out. But the exciting thing is that every time that we progress this further, we get contacted by outside corporations that are either in the battery business or related to the battery business, are in the commodity sales business, are in the end user business where they use the product, not necessarily in EV cars, but it could be computers or anything like that. It's a sterling list, and people would be surprised if they saw it. And these companies will be performing due diligence on us over the next several weeks, and we don't know what's going to happen from there, but we do know that, this cobalt conference is going to be a very biggie for the company. And why is that? Well, you've got the producers of cobalt will be there, but you also have all of the end users and the commodity firms that trade in these metals that are scarce, to say the least. And cobalt is definitely scarce. So we expect to, get a very good response out of that. We were invited to present, which is a great honor, because they only have that event once a year. And Norm will be there to, present the actual PowerPoint on the process. So as we move through, everything's getting better. Now, what do I think is going to happen? Honestly, I think that something could happen in a very short period of time. Cobalt has brought a lot of problems for the EV battery manufacturers, and that goes right through the whole works. Everybody that's using lithium-ion batteries is starting to feel the pressure. You saw that Apple is talking about not digging and buying anything that's dug in the earth, but looking at recycling everything. And Apple has some very unique applications for disassembling these particular devices that hold the batteries and getting the battery out. And I found that fascinating to watch, because we're going to be disassembling a huge battery, which is not going to require the extreme robotics that Apple's employing, but it really tells us one thing. It tells us that this recycling is not only great for the environment, it's showing these companies have a green, clean attitude towards the environment. It is also showing us that we have such a shortage of metals that these whole corporations could be in dire straits looking for a product. And, it's the one thing you can look at our process for. If it's lithium-ion, it has the same chemistries as the EV battery, then we can recycle that cathode material. And that's really important to remember. So it's not just the EV batteries that necessarily need the cathode materials, and especially cobalt, but it's all your little devices, your computer, your laptop. But there's all kinds of phones out there that use the cathode materials, and they amount to billions in a year. So that adds up. But the reality is, we're in the right place. We're at the right time. And it's going to take a spark or something like that will set us into motion, but that spark is definitely out there. So I think the cobalt situation itself could set that off. Nobody's looking at recycling as a spot to get cobalt. We were mentioned in an article along with Tesla, in which Tesla was stating that their batteries have a 10-year life, and that they it's going to be a while before you have enough material to make this worthwhile. But then Tesla's not the only car company out there that's using batteries. And then you got to go back and say, okay, what about the batteries that the ones they started with 5-6 years ago, and especially in the last 2 or 3 years? That 10-year lifespan is rapidly closing. To take a recycling project like ours, you're looking at about 3 years to go to commercialize it. There should be enough batteries to keep maybe certainly one, or it could be several recycling plants going, starting out. And then, the sky's the limit after that. I mean, you're talking about tens of millions of EV cars out there, and you're talking tens of millions of batteries. So it's an interesting aspect, and the reason I mentioned that we had a lot of NDAs that were either signed or in progress was to let our shareholders know that we are being contacted. We are being contacted, and that, in my 40 years experience in public markets and business, actually it's over 50 years in business, when you are contacted, that's the best opportunity to make a deal. And when you're banging on doors, you can bang on 1,000 doors and get them all slammed in your face. But when you are getting contacted, it means that you have to have something that people are interested in. So that's what we have. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them, because that's in a nutshell what our release today talked about.
Larry, could you just recap for our new listeners exactly what American Manganese does?
American Manganese is a exploration development company that developed the process for reclaiming or recovering manganese, low-grade manganese material from 2 to 3% deposits, and we're successful in doing that. But the price of the metals that we make have dropped below what would be considered to be a profitable level. Probably the EMD batteries could be profitable at this time, but without doing a study, I couldn't really say that. Now, what happened was that Norm Chow, who's a genius and a super engineer, recognized that our process should be able to recycle the cathode materials in electric vehicle batteries. And after several discussions and everything, we said, well, there's only one way to show it, and that's do a proof of concept, in which we were very successful in last year, and we've completed that proof of concept this year. And yes, we can get out the different chemistries in lithium-ion batteries when it comes to lithium, cobalt, nickel, manganese, and aluminum. And that's a great breakthrough. I know companies have been out there working on trying to do something like that for 7 or 8 years. And here we come, just basically from an idea in late 2015 to raising some money to do the proof of concept by the summer of 2016, and here we are coming up to the summer of 2017, and that proof of concept's all done. And the patents have been applied for, and we're doing the work now to actually nail down that patent as tight as we can.
Larry, where are you traded, and how can people contact you?
We're traded on the TSX Venture Exchange under the symbol AMY. We're traded in the U.S. under the symbol AMYZF. We're traded in Frankfurt under the symbol 2AM. Our website is www.americanmanganeseinc.com, and I can be contacted at LREAUGH@AMYMN.com, or you can phone me at 778-446-6700. 574-4444.
Larry, thanks a lot for chatting with us.
Thanks, Jim.
We were chatting with Larry Reaugh, CEO and President of American Manganese, on April 27th. I'm Jim Goddard.
Comments made on Company Showcase are an expression of opinion only and should not be construed in any manner whatsoever as recommendations to buy or sell any financial instrument at any time. Archived online at HowStreet.com. Company Showcase is a production of How Street Media Incorporated.